right. I want all of you to look at this clip. Just watch.
Trump hat, I'll give you my presidential hat. Presidential seal on it.
You want to autograph it?
Oh, sure, I'll autograph it.
Huh?
Yeah.
You remember your name?
I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
You're old part. You're an old part.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy.
And you're an old part, right?
I know you would know about that.
What?
About being old.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I'm a young timer.
You know, he reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only one.
There you go, man. I need that hat.
You want my autograph?
Hell no.
You know my name. Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah, you said you would do a selfie. There he goes. Hey, I'm proud of you now.
And the follow-up. Joe Biden carrying a red hat up Air Force One. Now, be aware that is not a Maga hat. However, the political weight of the color of the prop and the gesture itself aids the overall theatrics of the moment. It's not about what is true, it is about perception. Purely from a symbolic perspective, then, this is nothing short of absurd. Now, normally when I do videos and I go a bit heavy, I give some warnings. However, for this one, I'm still going to do that, but for the opposite reason, because I'm actually going to be nice to Joe. Hell, this might be the nicest video I'll ever do on this channel, at least for a while anyway, which again is also absurd. Because the reaction to this has been one of the strangest things I've ever seen in politics. Really, it has. And here's the reason I say this. If you were to take a look at the last 4 years of politics, Joe Biden has been the nexus point of every ill of the current administration. He's been the face of it. However, upon examination, anyone with it knows the power of the American government is not in the executive branch. Hell, you could see this with the way Trump was fighting half the damn time with the apparatus all by himself. Ambition must be checked with ambition is all well and good, but the state is supposed to facilitate something objectively good for the nation. Otherwise, it's just a glorified mafia racket posing with legitimacy. That's a pretty good description, actually. Let's use that in a future video. What's really strange, though, is despite people believing in the cliched lines of, oh, the American president is the most powerful man in the free world and all of that cliched bollocks, 2020 till now really made it abundantly clear that is not the case. Yet despite many people knowing this, hell, even the press was asking at numerous points during the prior 40 months or so, who is really in charge of the United States? Because no one knows, which should raise some eyebrows in and of itself. The chief executive is still perceived as the captain of the wheel, despite all showings indicating otherwise. And with Biden, it was especially weird. The state of his health, the stumbling over sentences, and stairs, and floors, and his own feet, the less and less coverage of the press, the eerie rigidity of the theater show when he was brought out to dance on the puppet strings, made the entire state apparatus look dystopian and surreal. And it sure as hell didn't help when he would say things like, I'm not supposed to take questions, or I'll get in trouble if I do X. With who, Joe? You're supposed to be the president of the United States. When you saw this damn near 80-year-old man sitting across from Dylan Mulvaney talking about rights, the entire thing looks like an insane clown show. You see all of this, and you can't help but ask, what do they have on you, Joe? And who is they exactly? Because no one who's paying attention doesn't ask, what the hell am I actually looking at over here? I'm not excusing the corruption on a family level, mind you, don't get me wrong. Biden's closet has more bones than the Clintonian graveyard. But for as much as you hate the politicians, you can clearly tell whatever is propping them up treats them like pawns. Because for Joe Biden to get jettisoned via Twitter of all places, I mean, say what you like about Joe, but to suggest his exit from his ceremonial position at the executive level was undignified would be the understatement of the century. Joe is saying, oh, no matter what they say, I'm staying in the race. There's the mysterious they again. Then what? Not even 48 hours later, drunken Nancy is claiming, oh, Joe is stepping down for the good of the nation and the party. Yeah, right. And you could see the previous mode of operation still in play whenever he went anywhere. He was hated, with scores of boos and let's go Brandon chants. But if you look at him now, There's none of that. There's no animosity or vitriol. If anything, he's just there. Hell, that's pretty much what he was for the entire duration of his term. The moment the focal point, however symbolic it was no longer on him, all of that previous ire just seems to dissipate and fade away. You could see the reaction from the crowd once he put on the hat. Everyone cheered. First time the smile on Joe Biden's face looked genuine since he ran in 2020. Hell, it even spawned a couple of memes and people saying he should endorse Trump. That kind of instantaneous turnaround and forgiveness, that does not come from people who genuinely think that Joe was actually responsible for much of anything the last 4 years. And given the unbelievable micromanagement of his public appearances, it is extremely difficult to believe he was in charge of anything, seeing as he appeared to have virtually no autonomy at all. What makes it funnier, though, is a few days ago at the debate, Trump said this.
You talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her.
And then the next day, Joe Biden dons the Maga hat. And I pray to God this is true.
There's a little more to the story. I was struck by this sentence in the BBC, Emily. It said the daughter of the man who swapped hats with the president said Biden kept the Trump hat. After the interaction, she said that her father ended up getting another cap from the Trump campaign after they reached out. So he kept the hat. I mean,
now, for as mentally compromised as Joe Biden might be, the man is still egotistical as all hell. He still has his pride. So 100% I believe he holds a grudge against that woman. 100% I believe Trump when he says he hates her. And I have a strong suspicion he hates Obama even more. This is a troll. He is absolutely trolling his own party. Seems he harbors enough resentment to, after the debate, go, I'm gonna steal all of your BS thunder and put on a Maga hat, like it's a giant middle finger to all of you. So bravo to Joe, in all honesty. I hope he wears it again. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.